Hello and welcome to Matt Letitia's newsletter number 7. This is live from the Edinburgh Fringe. This isn't my bedroom. This isn't about me. This is about Matt. Now, don't read it yet. Now, recently, I feel like Matt has wanted to talk less and less about. He's wanted to talk less and less about the conspiracy stuff. I mean, what would you call it if you didn't think it was a conspiracy? The not complying, the stuff, whatever. Because I want to be balanced. Okay. Um, have you had any abuse in the comments other than from me? For the first few, there were. Although now he's not really even talking about that stuff. Anyway, let's see how he is now. Matt Letitia number 7. And he is Letitia 7. Hi everyone, and thanks for signing up to my newsletter. Hope you all had a good week. Mine began with an interview with Lee Dawson Monday morning, followed by a rain-affected game of golf at Stoneham. For God's sakes, he must have been fuming. He plays a lot of golf. It's not a long one at all. Tuesday was an early start, and the reason you didn't see many tweets this week, as it was off to Bournemouth Airport for a flight to Mallorca, where we were invited to stay with good friends of ours at their family villa on the southeast coast. The next 5 days just consisted of lots of swimming, lots of lovely food at excellent restaurants in the town and around the marina, and too much Malibu and Coke with 3 exclamation marks. The highlight of the trip was that our friend had organised, as a surprise, a trip on a beautiful boat on the Friday night, where we sailed out at 6:30 p.m. to a bay up the coast where we anchored so everyone could swim in the sea. That was followed by the crew serving up a very tasty paella, first time I'd ever had that dish. And then we proceeded to watch a stunning sunset before sailing out a few miles into the Mediterranean Sea to take a look at the stars without any light pollution. Within a few minutes of stopping, as we were taking in the aerial view, Elon Musk's very skeptical of him, by the way. Okay. Elon Musk brackets very skeptical of him, by the way. Starlink satellite zipped by, and we had an unbelievably clear view of it. I was then given a lesson on the way back in how to drive the boat, and to top off the trip, as we approached the marina, we had company off the back of the boat as 3 dolphins decided they wanted to play in the wake of the boat. Now, I apologize that my reading is sometimes bad on this, but he does unusually long sentences, which throw you off a little bit. That's my excuse. Saturday was obviously spent watching the Saints score a last-minute winner at Plymouth, and a big thank you to Mick for opening his bar up so early so we could watch it. Now, I think that maybe he'd want to talk more about the goal, considering he is obviously big Saints man, but that's it. Sunday was a flight back home, landing at Southampton Airport at 1:35 p.m, which gave me just enough time to get home, pick my football boots up, and head off to Tottenham FC, where our ex-Southampton players' football team played a charity game against members of the Saints archive community, raising money to help with former Saints players and manager Chris Nichols' dementia care home costs. I used to work in a care home, and the care home costs can be an absolute scandal. Lost count of the score, but did manage a couple of goals, including the obligatory charity game penalty. Warmest wishes, and continue fighting the good fight, and do not comply to nonsensical rules. Oh yes, do not comply. He threw in a do not comply. So here, Matt has not said a single thing about any of that stuff, except in the end he's popped in a do not comply to nonsensical rules, which can mean literally anything, man. I mean, you can decide that anything is nonsensical rules and then decide to not comply. Don't buy a train ticket. They're too expensive. I mean, that would be that was a good one. Okay, so the last 3 newsletters, we had one which didn't talk about any not complying type stuff, literally at all. This then one that mentioned it for 3 lines right at the end. Like it was a long newsletter about all the golf and paddle tennis and stuff, and then at the end there was 3 lines about Pfizer or whatever. And now this one again, he's not mentioned anything. The only thing he said in terms of views in that way is that he's not sure. He's very skeptical of Elon Musk. And also keep fighting the good fight and do not comply to nonsensical rules. At the bottom, of course, it says unsubscribe. We'll never unsubscribe. Fantastic. That was Matt Le Tissier's 7th newsletter. Let's hope he keeps it up forever because it's brilliant. Until next time.